All right, so today we're going deep, really deep, into a story about resilience.
Deeper than usual.
Oh, yeah, this one's going to stay with you. We're looking at Jenny Erwin's memoir, But God. It's heavy stuff. She talks about, like, everything. Family drama, mental health, the works.
I've heard about this book. It's supposed to be pretty intense.
It is. But the
Mhm.
thing is, she doesn't just dwell on the hard times. It's really about finding hope, even when things are tough. And she ties it all back to, well, God.
That but God idea is all over the place these days.
Right. It's even on her necklace.
No kidding.
Yeah. She actually talks about looking it up on Google, the definition. It's all about God intervening, making things new, all that.
Yeah.
And that's basically how she sees these huge turning points in her life.
So what kind of turning points are we talking about? What happened to her?
Buckle up, because it's a lot. So she starts off talking about her childhood. Seems pretty normal, even idyllic at first. Then, bam, her parents get divorced.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah. And then, shortly after, her dad gets this traumatic brain injury.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
It's a game changer, for real. The injury, it like changes him completely. He ends up becoming an alcoholic, abusive.
That's awful. How does she deal with that?
It's rough. She talks about PTSD, anxiety, panic attacks, nightmares, even flashbacks. Like, the trauma just kept replaying in her mind.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, and on top of all that, she's diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And to make matters worse, she didn't have any real support at home.
So where did she turn?
Well, she talks about searching for love and affection wherever she could find it, even in some pretty difficult situations. She mentions a same-sex relationship, which, added another layer of complexity to everything.
So this but God thing, how does it fit into all this darkness?
She uses these but God moments to highlight the times when things could have gone completely off the rails, but didn't. Like, there's this one story where she was really struggling with suicidal thoughts.
I remember reading about that.
Right. And then out of the blue, this total stranger shows her this small act of kindness. And for Jenny, it was like a sign, like a direct intervention from God.
It's like she's saying it's not about avoiding hardship altogether, but more about recognizing those little glimmers of hope along the way.
Exactly. And it makes you think, right, are we missing our own but God moments? Like those times when something could have been way worse, but it wasn't.
Yeah, like a sudden change of plans, a chance encounter.
Right? Or maybe like an opportunity that popped up just when you need it most. Those little shifts in our lives that we might not even notice at first.
It's about finding that silver lining, recognizing those turning points. Even if you don't necessarily believe in God, it's about gratitude, resilience, seeing your own life in a different way.
Pretty powerful stuff. Makes you want to go back and look at your own life, see where those but God moments might have happened.
Definitely. I bet everyone has a few stories like that if they really think about it.
Totally. And if you're looking for more of this, I mean, her book really dives deep into all this. It's worth checking out.
Absolutely. A great read for anyone struggling with their own hardships.
So to wrap things up, let's all take a moment to think about those times in our lives when something could have gone wrong but didn't. Those moments that might have changed everything. What were your but God moments, and how did they shape who you are today?
Yeah, something to think about.
Thanks for listening. And remember, even in the darkest times, there might just be a little but God waiting around the corner.